When we do these tree lighting ceremonies, we are in a sense reenacting the first national tree that had electric lights. That was in 1923, although the first tree at the White House was in 1889 under President Harrison's administration. But we get the honor of representing President Coolidge, who was the first to throw the switch in 23, and then when he did it again in 1924, that was the foundation of an annual tradition that we celebrate today. The 1924 national tree was actually the first living tree. So it was planted in Sherman Plaza outside the White House. And at the time, the American Forestry Association was encouraging the American people to transplant trees rather than cut them down. And I imagine that as a Green Mountain State native, President Coolidge probably was very supportive of that idea. Unfortunately, that year was a difficult one for the Coolidge family. Their youngest son, Calvin Jr., had died in July of an infected blister, which turned into blood poisoning. And so that was the first year that the Coolidge family was having to do the holiday season without their youngest, most vital member. Coolidge said, "I expect that we shall observe Christmas at the White House about as usual. The only difference, which will be apparent to all of you, is that 3 of us will be present rather than 4 as in the past." Perhaps in recognition of this really tough time, the American people sent a record number of Christmas cards to the White House. There were 12,000 in all, so that's quite a lot of mail. I've asked my friend Carl to read a 1924 speech. We have kind of a tradition here where we like to declaim Coolidge's speeches at our events so that people can hear him in his own words. Carl, I'd like you to step forward and tell us a little bit about what you're going to read.
So, Calvin was a man of very few words. And Rejoice was doing some research, if I could just say, and quite frankly, there was no speech in 1924 for the Christmas tree. There was in 23, which was the first time it was lit, but not in 24. However, there is a speech that was given in November when the Washington Nationals won the World Series. And it's about sportsmanship. So, well chosen. I had a read on it last night a little bit, and I think it's very appropriate for this time of year and this particular year in general. As head of an enterprise which transacts some business and maintains a considerable staff in this town, I have the double satisfaction of welcoming home the victorious Washington baseball team. First, I bring you laurels from one of the hardest fought contests in all history of the national game. And second, I feel hopeful that as a result of this happy event, we now can be assured that the people of Washington gradually will resume interest in ordinary concerns of life. The Washington team won because it deserved to win. It fought gamely year after year, a place out front, never discouraged, and always sure that better things were ahead. It now appears they've annexed the whole country with enthusiastic approval of nearly all concerned. That's a real compliment to this fine spirit, the clean play, the good sportsmanship that brought you victory. These are always been characteristics of work of the Washington team. Clean sport crowned with victory is a most wholesome sight. I trust it will always be representative of America. This is a place for both present and future of America for true clean sport. We do not rank it above business, the occupation of our lives. We do not look upon approval of those who, not being concerned with its performance, spend all their thought, energy, and time in its observance. We recognize, however, that there's something more in life than the grinding routine of daily toil, that we can better develop a better manhood and womanhood, a more attractive youth, and a wiser maturity by rounding out our existence with a wholesome interest in sport. To those who devote themselves to this enterprise in a professional way, and by throwing their whole being into raise it to a different art level, our country owes a debt of gratitude. They furnish us with amusement, with outside interest, and oftentimes in quick open air, quicken our step and refreshes our mind and rejuvenates and restores us. We pitch with the pitchers, we go to bat with the batters, and we make a home run with the hard hitters. The training, the energy, the intelligence which these men lavish upon their profession ought to be an inspiration for all of us in every walk of life. They are a great band, these armored knights of bat and ball. While baseball remains our national game, our national tastes will be on a higher level and our national ideals on a firmer foundation. It's kind of cool. We here at Coolidge, you know, if you ask for a bat and ball, you know, under your tree, we hope it's there. Thank you. And with that, I accept and will light this tree.
All right, nice work.
We also have a little stuffed animal up on top of the stagecoach there that's driving. That's Rebecca. President and First Lady are historically given gifts at Thanksgiving to be part of the dinner table. And there was a lady in Mississippi who didn't have a lot of money. So they sent the President and the First Lady a plump female raccoon to be part of the dinner table. And the First Lady wasn't going to have anything to do with it. So they adopted it. It became the first White House raccoon. It was tamed. She had full reign of the White House, and they named it Rebecca.